Hello everybody and welcome back to the FC25 Career Mode Dream Team series, where of course we have built a hybrid team using players from the 3 FC25 career modes we did on the channel with Celtic, Manchester United and Club de Foot Montreal. I was just in a fit of coughing before I started recording, so sorry if I seem a bit out of breath, but this is already my second attempt at the intro, so let's just keep going. But we do have some big games in this episode. Arsenal and Liverpool, two teams that we are in a title race with, although we are getting clearer and clearer from each team, so hopefully that can keep going in this episode. And things have gotten off to a good start here. Aston Villa away from home was the first game, and thankfully it was a successful one. A goalless first half, but GSP did open up the scoring here in the second half with a beautiful left-footed finish that the keeper got absolutely nowhere near. Really good to see he's starting to get involved in the goal scoring a lot more here, GSP. I think he has the most assists, or at least second most. Palmer might have slightly more, but it's good to see that he's also getting involved in the goal scoring. But somebody who has not had trouble finding the back of the net, of course, is Rasmus Højlund. GSP getting the assist there for him to double our advantage here at Villa Park, and I knew from then it was more than likely that we were going to get all 3 points. But Villa did make it interesting. 15 minutes to go, and Ollie Watkins, who had a couple of chances up to this point, made absolute shit of Leny Yoro there. Excuse my language, but that's exactly what happened. I mean, he's literally sent Leny Yoro back to France there. Blast the ball past Sami Zayn in the Oxford United net, but thankfully it didn't mean anything in the end, and we did come out of this game with all 3 points. And after that game against Aston Villa, this is how things are looking in the Premier League table halfway throughout the season. 13 points clear now of 5th place Aston Villa. I feel like that result has officially knocked them out of the title race. And you have to remember, lads, last season there was 5 teams going for the title right up until the second last weekend of the season, and then 3 teams were going for it on the final day. And I don't really want to talk about what happened after that because let's just say we bottled it. Go back and watch it if you haven't seen it. But right here, right now, we are 6 points clear of our closest challengers in Liverpool and Man City, who are in 2nd and 3rd respectively. And our first full game, I should say, of this episode will be against Arsenal at the Emirates. And I tell you what, if we get 3 points against them, that might knock them out of the title race as well. So hopefully we can get that result. So without further ado, lads, let's just get into it. Arsenal versus the Oxford United Dream Team, with the big chance to put even more daylight between us and them. Never an easy fixture when you travel to North London, whether it's Arsenal or Tottenham. One of our defeats this season actually did come in this part of the English capital, but that of course was to the white half of North London. Now we take on the red and white half, where hopefully we can get a good result. And this recording here is actually about 24 hours after the most recent recording. And I was looking at the squad and how I feel like it still needs some improvement. And listen, I know I said this was a 3-season challenge, but because now that we're top of the league, in the semi-final of the League Cup, Champions League, we know we're going to be in the knockouts. It's just a case of what knockout round we're going to be in, whether it's the playoff or the last 16. There might be a few shock transfers in terms of players that we sell in January, because I feel like the players that, you know, are quite important for us that we could let go, we can get so much money in for them, and they already have direct replacements. So don't be surprised if this might end up being the last time you see a few faces that you wouldn't normally expect to see being sold at this stage of the career mode. So I won't go into too much detail. I'll wait until something actually happens before I explain it properly, we'll say. But yeah, watch this space is all I'll say. But anyways, let's see if we can get the first big chance of the game here. GSP with the ball that gets intercepted. Of course, the Timber brothers coming up against one another again. Here's Martinelli now. Of course, we did have to come from 2-0 down the last time we played against Arsenal, and we did end up getting the victory in that game. Hopefully a similar... hopefully we don't go down by a similar scoreline in this game. It can be a little bit more straightforward. Oh, and Kai Havertz, after 15 minutes, gives Arsenal the lead. I thought Sami Zayn had done enough to keep it out. He got the touch, but it wasn't enough to stop the ball from going into the roof of the net. And Arsenal are 1-0 up here. I'm not watching that again. That's so bloody annoying. It's not the worst goal we've ever conceded, but I still feel like it was avoidable. Bloody hell, look at how kindly that bounced for him there. 10th goal of the season as well for Kai Havertz. At least it's not his first, like it is for normally every other player who scores against us, but that was nearly 2-0 straight away. Saka with the shot, Sami Zayn with the save. Declan Rice now is going to take this corner short over to Martin Odegaard. We did lose this fixture as well last season, and of course Arsenal did beat us on the final day to win the Premier League. A win here would keep their title hopes relatively still alive, but you really do feel like anything but a win for them would make it extremely difficult for them to get back into it. That's a terrible pass again there by GSP, not having his best game at the moment. Havertz wins the header. Here's Martinelli now. Good ball over the top. Can Martinez intercept? Yes, he can. Yeah, as I say, don't be surprised if this might be the last time you see one or two players. And it's not that they've necessarily done terrible. I just feel like that they have direct replacements. And I feel like then we'd still have money left over to invest in the rest of the squad. Of course, we want to win the quadruple. It's a 3-season challenge, but I really do feel like if we play our cards right, we can do it here in Season 2. Rasmus, get in there. 1-1. Right, just pick up that ball. Don't celebrate it. I want to make sure Arsenal are completely out of this title race. As I said, a win here today would basically seal that. I know there's still a lot of football to be played, but it would take an awful lot of things to go wrong. It would need a lot of awful things to go wrong, I should say, for Arsenal to get back into this title race if they were to lose in this game. So, the less teams we have to compete against, the better. And also, I want to get revenge over what happened last season. Still not really over that. We've beaten them once already this season, but I'd love to beat them here a second time, but bloody hell. Havertz is looking very lively today. Good save there by Sami Zayn. Saka. Oh, I thought he was going to take it short. He's conned me in there, but thankfully we deal with it. Here's Cole Palmer now into Rasmus Højlund. That's a foul. That's fine. Can we take it quickly? Yes, we can. Good ball over to Anthony Gordon. Keep this momentum going. Timber. Oh, up against his brother, and he gets the better of him as well. Oh my goodness me, Quinton Timber has put us 2-1 up here. It was literally his brother who was marking him, trying to stop him from getting the shot off, and he was unable to do so, and we have turned this game completely on its head. GSP did really well to take the free kick quickly, found Anthony Gordon, he found Quinton Timber, and Timber found the back of the net. Nothing Raya could do about that. And thankfully, we are the ones who get the second goal, well, third goal of the game. We're the ones who get our second goal. I've over-explained that, but anyways, we're winning the game, that's the main thing. And let's try and see now if we can hold on to this lead going into the half-time break, because Arsenal are very lively going forward. Kai Havertz, I tell you what, whatever you want to say about him in real life, he is a different kettle of fish in this game altogether. He really is. I was going to say so far we've kept him quiet, and then I quickly reminded myself he actually did score the first goal of the game, but thankfully that goal is not meaning an awful lot for them at the moment because they are behind, but that's not a great place to give away the ball either. Is there a good place to give away the ball? Probably not. But anyways, Martinelli now. Saka. Good save again by Sami Zayn. He has been kept busy today. He is doing quite well. I do have to say, I know I've said it a few times, that Oxford United purple goalkeeper jersey is my favourite goalkeeper jersey in the world. I know technically they don't wear it anymore because these are last season's kits, but still, I really, really do like that kit. Oh, I thought we were going to get another chance to go on a break there, but it's not to be. Half-time here, though, 2-1 up. We did go 1-0 down through a Kai Havertz goal, but then Rasmus Højlund and Quinton Timber turned this game on its head, and we are 45 minutes away from knocking out another team of this Premier League title race. Another team from this Premier League title race, I should say. But anyways, Arsenal get things kicked off here, and immediately they go on the attack. He just gets so much bloody space to run into Kai Havertz. He really does. Oh, Martinelli gets the best of Mazraoui there. Not the best ball in, but Saka still somehow won it. Phil Brooks slightly hesitated to go near that there, but he's got there in the end. Here's Timber. Good ball to Rasmus. Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund. Oh, good save by Raya. I was looking at the stats just before this game. I think Rasmus is 1 goal away now from 30. He was on 28. Yeah, he was on 28 before this game. He's got 1 already, so his next goal would be his 30th goal of the season. Here's Kai Havertz. Oh, Odegaard. Good save again by Sami Zayn. Bloody hell. Really earning his money in this game. He really has. I thought that was a certain goal, but thankfully he did keep it out. But Arsenal get another corner. I think they will take this one short. No, they won't. It's the second time they've gotten me with that. Oh my god, Martinez, you probably would have been better off just leaving that for the keeper, but it doesn't matter. Here's GSP. Go on, Rasmus is making the run. Is he onside? I think he is. Yes, he is. Rasmus Højlund. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, I thought he was going to be a bit closer to Raya. I thought I'd taken a heavy enough touch, he would have been closer. I've tried the fish and chip, and honestly, it is one of the most pathetic finishes you'll ever see in your life. And now Arsenal are on the break here. Oh, I've tried to be too clever, and now I'm going to pay for it, aren't I? Oh, no, I'm not, because Sami Zayn's having the bloody game of his life. It's like David De Gea back in 2017 when Manchester United came here. United won that game 3-1. We're currently winning 2-1. But Arsenal at the moment look the more likely to score. But just as I say that, now Anthony Gordon looks to go on the break. Go on. Cuts it in. Over to Rasmus. We'll play on for that from that advantage. That's fine. We don't need to take the free kick yet. Rasmus. Well done. Palmer. He's surely onside. Cole Palmer has put us 3-1 up and has made this very, very difficult for Arsenal to come back from. Beautiful finish from our number 7. The former Chelsea man returns to London and returns with a goal. Timed his run absolutely brilliantly. Good ball as well by Rasmus Højlund. And a cute finish as well to finish it off. Oh, that's a really, really good goal. He is absolutely sensational, Cole Palmer. In other news, water is wet. But in the most important news, we are 3-1 up. As Arsenal pick up a yellow card there for Lucas Torreira. Right, I'm going to make some changes now. Rasmus is a bit tired. I'm going to bring on Maeda up front. I'm going to give Palmer a rest as well. Did not mean to back out of that because he's a little bit tired as well. But bring on Garnacho. And as always, we're going to have to change the right back. Alistair Johnston comes on for Mazraoui. But I think it's a good time to make these changes. 20 minutes left, basically. 3-1 up. And it looks like 3 points that is going to stop Arsenal from really seriously competing in this title race. You'd think I'd expect stuff like this to happen by now. You really would. I mean, of all the saves Sami Zayn has made, and then he lets that one in. But look at the space he has to run into there. I mean, Phil Brooks is playing far too high up the pitch there. And this game is not over yet. As the scoreboard... Whoa, my God, what's going on with the scoreboard? Okay, apparently we're both down to 8 men. 7 men, actually. Can't do maths. There's been 8 red cards, apparently, in the time that Kai Havertz has got Arsenal back into this game. Never change EA. Well, I'll give it to him. That's a new glitch. I haven't seen that one before. You can't see the name of either team. Okay, let's see now after they make this substitution. Okay, that's fixed it. Bloody hell. I know there was scoreboard glitches back in the day, but that is a new one. Oh, Maeda. Good strike, but he was offside. But 15 minutes left. I thought we had this game sealed, but it's still right there for Arsenal. A point I still don't think will be good enough for them. But a win for me would seal it, that they would be basically just in a top 4 race then. Oh God. Again, not switching to who I wanted it to switch to, but thankfully we've dealt with it well. Here's Kerkez now. Over to Gordon. Into GSP. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Brilliant by George St. Pierre. Absolutely excellent from the Canadian. Oh, Maeda made the run. He's still there though. Daizen Maeda. Oh, what a save. That would have been the clincher. Absolutely would have been. Oh, but it's a good save by David Raya. He is my fantasy team goalkeeper, so if this was real life, I'd be very happy with the saves he's making. Not necessarily happy that he would have conceded 3. But this is not... I was going to say this is not real life, but fantasy football technically isn't. I mean, it is and it isn't. You get what I mean. God, I've over-explained so much in this game, but what I won't have to over-explain is the scoreline, because it's 4-2, and that surely is that. Arsenal have done well to keep in this game, but Daisen Maeda's 88th minute goal has put us 4-2 up, and surely has made sure that Arsenal will not be getting anything from this game. Oh, revenge is sweet. Not the first time, but the second time we've beaten them this season. And the reigning champions look like they will not be defending their crown. It's a really, really good finish there as well from Maeda. I was tempted to bring on Ida, but we all know how good Maeda is up front. I think I will bring on Ida now, though. I'll actually take off GSP. Maeda can go as a cam. We'll bring on Ida. And you know what? Let's bring on Kirke. Actually, no, we'll put Martinez at left back. And we'll bring on Lenny Yoro as well. Why not? We did just give Lenny Yoro a new contract. Still wants to be an important first team player. I was hoping he might take rotational, but it wasn't to be. So I do want to give him as much game time as possible. And we do play him quite a bit as well, but he would like to play even more. So we will give him an appearance here for the last couple of minutes. But let's try and keep it a 4-2. Even if they score now, Arsenal, still game over. Good tackle there by Lenny Yoro. Can we get a fifth? Oh, can we really rub salt in the wound? It's a great run here by Lenny Yoro. Oh my god, what a run. Can he go all the way? Can he go all the way? Lenny Yoro! Oh, he nearly did a Ryan Giggs. It was 1999 all over again there, nearly. But a good interception right as he was about to take the shot. But it doesn't matter. A 4-2 win here has surely completely diminished Arsenal's chances of going back-to-back in the Premier League this season. And it gives us another 3 points that hopefully will not only be going towards a Premier League title, but to sealing potentially the second part of a famous quadruple. So up next, it's the League Cup semi-final first leg at the Etihad against Manchester City. I'm going to do something that I wouldn't normally do in these big games. I'm actually going to quick sim this, because the second leg isn't for another few weeks. It'll probably be 2 episodes from now, if I had to take a guess. And there's other games I want to get through here. And we have a full strength team, so I kind of feel confident we can get a decent result. I mean, if we lose this game 3-2, the tie is still very much in the balance. So let's see what happens here. Am I going to live to regret this? Okay, it's a 2-1 loss, right? Not the end of the world. Only 1 goal in it for the second leg. Nobody got injured from what I can see. Excuse me, yellow card for Phil Brooks, but nothing overly concerning. So 2-1 down from the first leg, but I'm very confident, as I keep burping, in the second leg that we can turn this around. It may have been a defeat in the League Cup, but in the third round of the FA Cup, things have gotten off to a flying start. Away to Hull City, and Adam Ida given the opportunity here to start over Rasmus Højlund, and he was the one who took this spot kick. Really, really good finish. Keeper stood still, but I feel like even if he went the right way, there was too much accuracy for him to stop the Douglas man from scoring. Really good goal there from Adam Ida, as Sami Zayn decides to run into the back of the net. I mean, to be fair, the Hull City fans didn't get to see any of their strikers or players put the ball into the back of the net, so Sami Zayn just wanted to give them something to, appreciate, I suppose. But anyways, this is something that we massively appreciated. Daisen Maeda running through there with a really good finish to double our advantage with half an hour to go. Beautiful finish yet again from the Japanese superstar. And then with 8 minutes to go, the other real-life Celtic player, Alistair Johnston, scoring a really good goal here. Ida, yet another Celtic player, setting it up brilliantly, and a lovely finish there from the Canadian right back to wrap up what I nearly said was 3 points, but to wrap up victory here in the third round of the FA Cup and to advance us through to that fourth round. Lovely stuff. So this is one of the things that I wasn't expecting to talk about in this episode, but it's happened. George St. Pierre has left. He came and had a conversation with me. He said he's not very impressed with my performance. Okay, no, he didn't say that. But the French-speaking native from Quebec has moved to France to play for PSG. What a traitor. After helping Montreal win all those titles up against PSG, now he's gone and joined them. But wait until you see how much money we have received for the former Montreal captain. I think this is the first time I've ever let that cutscene play out. But anyways, 240 million. And let's just say his replacement is going to be somebody that we used in the Montreal series. I'm not even going to pay attention to the fact that they're saying we could have got 300 million. I negotiated hard with PSG. We weren't going to get any more than what we ended up getting from. Maybe we could have got 250, actually, to be fair. We weren't going to get much more than that, though. But still, I know who GSP's replacement is going to be, and I feel like we'll have quite a bit of money left over to help improve the rest of the squad as well. And his replacement is somebody who we also signed in the Montreal series and somebody we also used in the Oxford United FC24 series, Michael Olise. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play Olise out on the right-hand side and I'm going to move Cole Palmer into the number 10 position because I find that he's playing a hell of a lot better there recently than he is out on the right. And he just gets a lot more involved in the game as well. So when I saw that offer for GSP, this is what I was thinking straight away. He is definitely not going to wear the number 13 shirt. That's out of the question straight away, but regardless, he will be wearing an Oxford United shirt here in this Dream Team career mode, and I'm very excited to use Mr. Olise yet again. 105 million is what we paid for him, but considering we sold GSP for 240, I think we've actually gotten a pretty good deal out of that, and thankfully, the game agrees as well. And what a big game it is for Olise to be making his debut his second debut technically on the channel as an Oxford player. And it's up here against Liverpool, who are in second place. And a win here wouldn't knock them out of the title race like it did with Arsenal, but it definitely would give us some breathing room over one of our closest challengers. I didn't actually look at what the exact Premier League table was before this game. I was a bit more focused on the ins and outs of the team, but we will obviously have a look no matter what the result is after this game and see how things are looking. But it's the first game without George St. Pierre. Palmer has moved into the number 10 position. Olise out on the right. Let's see if that makes a positive difference here. And there definitely will be some more new faces coming in as well. Of course, the transfer policy of this career mode, as we're defending here straight away. Bloody hell, we nearly conceded straight away as well. Darwin Núñez, the man who has left Liverpool in real life, nearly scoring for them there. But the transfer policy is we're only allowed to sign players who we used in FC25 career mode on the channel. So players that we used in the Celtic, Manchester United and Montreal career modes. But also there's a little bit of a, I suppose, asterisk with that as well, because we did also manage the Irish national team in the Celtic career mode, so I have allowed that as well. But I've tried to do that a bit more sparingly. I'm trying not to sign too many players from there. As you can see, there were 6 points clear of both Liverpool and Man City. It'd be really handy if we could win this game and if Man City could drop points as well. It would be 9 points clear of both of those teams. It would be fantastic. But here is Olise. Over to Cole Palmer. In for Rasmus Højlund. Oh, bit of a lucky break there. Is he onside, Rasmus? Yes, he is. I thought the offside flag was going to go up, but it hasn't. And Rasmus Højlund has put us 1-0 up here against the Scousers. Lovely finish there from the Danish striker. A little bit of luck in terms of how it fell for him, but we don't care about that. Actually don't. Fairness to Palmer, he's done really well to win that back. He initially lost it, but he didn't give up on it. It ended up at the feet of Rasmus Højlund, who beats Mamardashvili in between the sticks. And we are a goal to the good. And who else but Rasmus Højlund? You'll love to see it. 30 up now for the season as well. 12 minutes in here. And we have the lead. I was thinking about as well, next year, potentially doing a series like this again. I'm going to say it right here, right now, lads. I don't even know if we'll have time to do a hybrid Dream Team series next year for FC26 because the FC26 career modes that we're doing... Oh, let me hold that thought for a second. Let me just hold that thought for a second. Oh my God. Oh, Luis Diaz, another man who's left Liverpool in real life, gets the equaliser for them here. Oh my God. I mean, it's really good play there by Darwin Núñez. Why is he a world-class player in this game? It really annoys me. I think he's better than what he showed at Liverpool for the most part. I'm kind of disappointed that he's gone to Saudi Arabia. I kind of wanted to see him at another European team, but listen, whatever. But still, playing so much better for Liverpool in this career mode than he did in real life. And he set up Diaz there, who of course now plays for Bayern Munich. At the moment, IRL. But it's 1-1 here. But to go back to what I was saying, with the FC26 career modes, like one of the career modes we're doing is create a club. So that would require me, you know, probably having to recreate a lot of those players if any of the generated players end up doing really well. And then with the Cork City career mode, like, that is going to be my longest series. It is. Like, there's no two ways about it. And I just don't know if we'll have as much time to do one. So this is something I think I'll do every kind of few years. And I am hoping as well, lads, that, you know, all going well and we get to a Champions League final and, you know, even an FA Cup final, I would like to do the last episode of this series live. I really, really would. So hopefully we can keep progressing in all these competitions, and that might be the case. Kirkes! Oh, I tell you what, it's a real-life Liverpool player who's come back to haunt them here. Kirkes, who we actually used in the Manchester United career mode, has scored against his real-life team here. Made the run from out of nowhere, really. I wasn't expecting to see him up that far in the pitch, but he's done really well. As my phone decides to start ringing now, let me just stop that. There we go. Sorry if you could hear that in the background. But anyways, 2-1 up here. Arne Slot not looking very happy there. I won't keep doing the Hank from Breaking Bad joke. I feel like I've done that joke to death now. But it's an open goal. It is an open goal. But anyways, Kirkes may as well have had an open goal there. Bloody hell, I can't speak. Oh, don't concede straight away again. Oh, I thought that was in. Oh, I thought Diaz had scored again. I'm really intrigued to see these new gameplay styles they've brought into FC26. Will it make a massive difference? I used the OS community sliders because I felt like when we were just using the standard settings, I found the tactical thing a bit too boring and slow. I really didn't enjoy it. Then I just tried the classic standard gameplay and I just thought that was just a bit too chaotic. So the OS community sliders is what I've used over the years, and I find that it does make it more balanced, and those crazy NBA games, as we've christened them, they don't happen anywhere near as much, but I do find in recent times the kickoff glitch seems to be quite present, both like for us and for the opposition. It benefits me, and it definitely negatively affects me as well at times. Oh, as Timber, that's not anywhere near where I was trying to bloody pass it. And Liverpool have the ball here now again with Elliott into Nunes. Oh my god, why did it switch player there? I didn't switch there. The game automatically switched that. Sami Zayn with the save. Salah will take the corner, but I did not switch it there. I didn't want to switch player. And now Liverpool get the corner, and they'll get another one. Good tackle though by Timber. 3 minutes now to go before half time. This would be such a frustrating time to let one in. Is that going to be another corner? Yes, it is. Bloody hell, we just can't get rid of it at the moment. I'll let them take it short. Here's Elliott again. Okay, that was actually a good ball in. But we deal with it really well. Here's Cole Palmer. Running up to the right-hand side, even though I've moved him into the middle, but he's done extremely well. Oh, fantastic by Palmer. Rasmus unable to retain that possession, though. And Liverpool look like they could get one more chance here. Salah. Kirkes looking to intercept. He doesn't. Oh, but the referee blows the whistle. I'd be fuming if that was the other way around. But in this case, thank you, Mr. Ref. You've really saved us there. 2-1 up here at halftime. Kirkes with the goal against his IRL team. That is the difference between us and Liverpool at the moment. And let's hope we can finish the job now in the second half. Changes at halftime. I was tempted to bring on Maeda because he normally does do well in these big games off the bench, especially at halftime. But we'll leave it for now. Anthony Gordon hasn't been as impressive in this career mode as he was in the Celtic series, but I actually can't sell him because we only signed him this past summer. And to be honest with you, I don't really know if I'd want to sell him anyway, because I still think he's a handy squad player to have, and he's just made me eat my words there because he has set up Rasmus Højlund. It's 3-1. It's like he could hear me. Honestly, I was just saying I wouldn't want to sell him anyway. But, you know, there are other options I could think of that would do well on that left-hand side if we did need to replace him. But the real-life Scouser has haunted Liverpool here. Really, really good run. Found Rasmus in plenty of space. And you knew there was only going to be one end result from that position. And of course that was going to be a goal. Perfect start here to the second half. 3-1 up. Arne Slot. He'd be pulling out his hair if he had any. And now we are in a very, very good position. But as we saw against Arsenal, it ain't over till it's over. 21 and 21 though for Rasmus. Incredible. Incredible stuff. Oh my god, but again, look at how close they were to pulling it back. It's Núñez again. Bloody hell. That wasn't that far away. I hate when it hits that like thing at the back of the post, the back of the goal even. It always makes me think it's gone in. Gets me every single time. Well, we have the better of Liverpool at the moment. Timber, who did score against Arsenal, going on a run here. That's a foul. That is going to be a foul. Surely a card as well for Harvey Elliott. And it is going to be a yellow card. Right. Can we create something from this? I might try whipping this one in. No, I won't actually, because I'm looking at the players in the middle there. I don't think any of them are particularly good at heading. So we'll play it back there. Martinez over to Brooks. Palmer, have a shot, lad. Oh, I tell you what, I thought for a second they were going to block the shot, but he still managed to get it off. Here's Elise now. Can he get a debut goal here? Elise, they do block his shot. He nearly ran onto it again, though. But Liverpool do end up getting rid of it. And here's Elliott now again. Go on, chase him down, Palmer. Chase him down. Look at this tracking back from our number 7. Switched it over to Phil Brooks, though, as he comes up against Núñez. Good tackle there by the American. Look at how kind that fell for them, though. Another good tackle, but right back to a Liverpool player. Mazraoui, 2 excellent tackles. The second one being absolutely world class. That is brilliant. And Elise now will look to go on another run. Really good run here by Elise. Can he play in Rasmus Højlund for the hat-trick? He nearly did. He still has it, but they do get rid of it. Oh, unlucky. But we have been absolutely fantastic in this second half. I really wasn't expecting us to get that early goal. I do think that has set the tone for this game. They've had 1 or 2 chances, Liverpool, to be fair here, in the second 45, but we've kept them at bay for now. But Darwin Núñez, we know how good he is in this career mode. Brooks, again, probably playing a bit too high up the pitch. Sami Zayn makes the save, doesn't avoid the corner. Actually, wait, he has. Never mind, he did. I thought that second shot came off Sami Zayn last and they'd get the corner kick, but no. They are making a change, though. Gakpo on for Harvey Elliott. And I think I'm going to make a change as well. I'm going to take off Elise just while he gets up to full sharpness. We'll bring on Garnacho. Mazraoui, he's not overly tired, to be fair. I'll keep him on. Kind of feel like I want to bring on Kone as well, instead of Timber. Kone is another very good impact player off the bench. So we'll bring him on here for the final 20 minutes and see if he can contribute to a 4th goal. If we can get a 4th goal, then I'll be very much at peace then that we've won this game. But until then, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Because if Liverpool were to score the next goal, it would make things very, very intense. Can Kerkez get a 2nd goal here against his old team? Has to play it back to Palmer. He'll go back to Kerkez. Garnacho, fresh off the bench. Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho. Oh, it's very similar to the goal Havertz scored against us. The keeper gets a touch, but not enough to keep it out. 4-1. Surely now we have sealed it, and we will be going 9 points clear of Liverpool in the Premier League table. I don't know if the scoreline reflects the full performance. I wouldn't say we've battered Liverpool, but I do think we have been the better team here in the second half. Mamardashvili doesn't get a strong enough touch. I really like these goals. They're just very aesthetically pleasing. They really are. But 4-1 up here. God, Arne Slot, I would not want to be in the dressing room after this game. I can only imagine what he'd be saying. I will bring on Johnston now, because if we can keep this at least at 4-1, I'd be very happy. Still wish we were keeping more clean sheets, but at least we're outscoring every other team. And this is a massive, massive step towards a potential Premier League title. I really do feel that way. And that's why I said I'd like to improve this team as much as I can in this January transfer window. Because I do feel like if we play our cards right, we can seal the quadruple here. And admittedly, there is that part of me that's like, FC26 is only around the corner. And, you know, I don't want this series to come to an abrupt end because the new game has come out. I do want to finish this before we start the Everton career mode, which I'm very, very excited about. I really am. Even watching Everton play against Leeds last night, because I'm recording this on Tuesday, it's just so exciting watching that team and being like, that's the team we're going to be using on the channel very, very soon. So please do, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you are looking forward to that career mode. 5-1, it's Rasmus. It's his hat-trick. It's been too easy here. Liverpool have fallen apart. Oh my goodness me. Two players with Manchester United connections linking up there to get that goal. And Rasmus Højlund will be bringing home that match ball. Brilliant run by Garnacho. A goal and an assist now since coming off the bench. Absolutely fantastic. Rasmus with the finish, as I say. And we are marching towards going 9 points clear of Liverpool in this episode. Let's make our final changes here. Leny Yoro did ask to play. He was a little bit tired, but I'll still bring him on. And I'll bring on Christensen. Why not? Feel like I haven't played him in a while. In the Premier League, at least. He did play in the FA Cup against Hull. But he'll come on here for the final couple of minutes as we wrap up this result against Liverpool. A very good result as well. But let's stop them from getting a second goal. I like the look of 5-1. I really do. Darwin Núñez doesn't. Neither will Gravenberch. Good save by Sami Zayn. Just hold on to it. I'll happily keep this at 5-1. I really will. I thought that was going to be too heavy a pass there from Leny Yoro. Sami Zayn will clear it, and that will surely be 3 points. Yes, it is. I really do feel like this is going to be our year. Let me just touch wood there in case I jinx it. But Rasmus Højlund, 3 attempts, 3 goals. He's having another phenomenal season. We're in a League Cup semi-final. We're top of the Premier League. It looks like we're going to be in the knockout rounds of the Champions League. An FA Cup 4th round to come as well. This could be the year, lads. This really could be the year. This is how the Premier League table is looking at the end of this episode. 6 points clear of Manchester City in second, but as you can see, 9 points clear of Liverpool. Arsenal there in a very distant 4th, Villa in a very distant 5th. It's looking very, very promising for us. And even when I look at the goals we've conceded, right? 28 goals is not ideal, but it's definitely better than what we've come to expect on the channel over the last few months or so. I mean, I say the last few months, basically the last few years. Our defence has been definitely a big issue in a lot of our career modes. But this time, I feel like we're doing better than we normally do. But in the next episode, it's going to be 2 Champions League games we will be playing in full. 2 games to go in the league phase of that tournament. We are 1 point, I should say, outside of the last 16 automatic places, the top 8. But as you can see, there are quite a few teams ahead of us, whether it's goal difference or if it is by that singular point. And look at the teams we're playing. Atletico Madrid and PSG, who of course will now have George St. Pierre. But the only thing about PSG, if we scroll down the table here, they're in 22nd place. Not that that will mean an awful lot when we play them, but they're not having the best Champions League season. Atletico Madrid, however, are literally unbeaten and can still finish top of the table. So it's going to be a very, very big episode, 2 massive games. And yeah, you can almost bet your bottom dollar there's going to be a lot of rage coming from yours truly. But anyways, lads, that will do it for this episode of the FC25 Career Mode Dream Team series. The next episode will be tomorrow at the usual time of 7 p.m. Irish/UK time. And then just a reminder as well that next week, every weekday, there is going to be an episode of this series. So from Monday to Friday, we will have an episode of the Dream Team series, which I'm very much looking forward to. If you did enjoy this episode, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. We are on the road to 700 subscribers, and I will talk to you all in tomorrow's episode, where hopefully we do qualify for the last 16 of the Champions League. Take care.